What do what it is. Welcome to another episode of Hold Up in Another Thing, presented by Mixed Vibes Media. Man, y'all already know the vibes. It's your boy, Mr. Bell, aka. Can't say your name up on this pod. Might not put you to mind. Man. Thank y'all for listening, checking in. But got a special guest with me. What's up, Kenz?
What's up?
How have you been?
Stressed.
What you stressed about?
Life.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Life can be very stressful. It can be very uh drama filled, but it's not even like major drama. It just be like little stuff. It's like little fires all the time you gotta put out.
Right. And I'm tired of putting out little fires. They need to bypass me.
Yeah, I don't really think that's how it works, but
Well, I need it to work like that.
yeah, I feel like it's a the definition of it's always something. I feel like it's my life because it literally is always something. But
No, like that's how I feel. I've been feeling like that for the past, I don't even know how long, months. It seemed like it gets better, and then it's like, boom, here comes something else.
that's what it feel like. It's like it's always you have a couple good you have like a good couple weeks or a good week or whatever, and then here comes something, boom, 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 and boom. Like, just can we space these out in life? But it's not how it been working
I
for me.
was just about to say that because it seemed like it's always back to back.
Yeah, no, I would love to space them out, but that ain't happening currently. You feel me? But I hope life continues to progress for you. Did you ever get that garden cracking that you were talked about before?
I told you about my garden.
You said you wanted to
I
do.
did. Okay, so let me just okay. So this is what happened. All right. Okay, so my first thing that I wanted to do was strawberries. And I'm not gonna lie, like I forgot about them. Like life was life and I was like depression was kicking in. So I was like, whatever, like and then I was like, let me stop playing, let me go ahead and, get it together. And like them mugs died, like they was growing. They was about to start growing, like real good. But they died. But then, like I said, I was like, let me get this together. And I went out and got like a bunch of different things. I had some cucumbers and something else, I can't remember, that were growing, like they were budding.
Mhm.
And my slow self, I put it in direct sunlight for, I don't know why I did that. And they ended up dying. But I also planted when I did the cucumbers and whatever. I think it was no, it wasn't lettuce. Cucumbers and whatever. I did like onions, potatoes, um, lettuce, and carrots. I believe. My onions and potatoes died. Like they didn't die. It seemed like they just weren't growing. So I was like, whatever. But my lettuce and carrots, they're budding. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna start over. Plus, I want a few fruit trees also. You know,
Okay, so
I'm gonna get it together.
it's coming slowly but surely.
Yeah, and then I did it like I was supposed to do it at the beginning of summer so they can have time to, but I didn't, so that's on me. But I'm gonna get it together.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it'll all come together. So, I
Yeah.
told you something that we was gonna talk about. All right, but I have a question, and I've been saving it for you, particularly, and I want your thoughts
Wow.
on it. And why you? Because I find your thoughts interesting. How about that? Does that work for you? All
I
right,
guess.
cool. Do you know who Jay Holiday is?
Yes.
Do you okay? So you know Suffocate and what's the other
Hmm.
song? Damn, I can't think of the other song. Bed, right? Bed and Suffocate.
What
Do
is dead?
Bed, BED.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. You know Bryson Tiller,
Yes.
Exchange, and Don't.
Yes.
Cool. Now, you might not know her name, but Elle Varner, you know the song Refill?
Yes.
Okay. She had another song with J. Cole. Uh what's the name of the
I
song?
can't stand that song, by the way.
Well, Refill?
Yes, it was annoying.
Oh my god, I love that song.
Mm.
I'll only want to give it to you. Feature J. Cole. All right. Now I was having a debate in my own head.
Mm-hmm.
If you had those, who had a better start to an R&B career? Not who had the longer career and all of that, because obviously that's Bryson Tiller, right? But
Mm-hmm.
who had the better start to the R&B with their two first songs? Is it Elle Varner with Refill and then Only Won't Give It to You? Is it Bryson Tiller with Don't in Exchange? Or is it Jay Holiday with Bed or Suffocate?
I knew he was gonna do this to me. Why do you do this to me?
Ask you questions. That's what a podcast.
No, 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 no,
That's what
no,
you do on
no,
podcasts. Like you have
no. You know what I mean. When you're comparing people to other people, I don't know why you do this. Because I don't like comparing people to other people. It's not my thing.
It's interesting now.
And I don't know because Bryson Tiller, me being in Kentucky and like being around everybody that knows him or might know him or knows his people and all of that, and like, you know, him being from the city is different
Yeah, but you from
from
Wisconsin,
me
so
knowing that.
you from Wisconsin, so it's different. And
Okay, but I've been here for like, I don't know how many years. So,
at least 10, at least 15, because I've known you 10.
yeah. I came here in like '09.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I was
dealing
08 or
with
09 into
so yeah.
08. Um,
So I mean, who what you think?
I mean, I don't know
You
why you put that lady in there because I didn't even listen to that lady.
well, Refill was a very big song.
It was just a song.
Refill, well, all of them take songs, but Refill was a very big.
No, I'm just saying she wasn't like okay. She was never in my playlist. We gonna say that.
Now Refill
Jay
still
Holiday was in my playlist. Like he was, yeah.
okay. Yeah, nah, she Refill. If you only want to give it to me with J Cole, because J Cole really did kill that verse. That so them two. So for me, I guess for me it was a little bit harder because I actually enjoy Elle Varner and those two songs. So and then Refill got a remix too, which was dope. But so okay, cool. Bryson Tiller, Jay Holiday, since you're gonna cut her out altogether.
But I'm not a big Bryson Tiller fan either.
So you going with Jay? Why you just can't feel confident and say you going with Jay Holiday?
Because I feel like he did have a better he had a better what's the word I'm looking for?
I
Come
mean,
up?
I was gonna say
Come out?
who had the better come out? Who had the better like we breaking those two? If you
Bryson
compare those two
Tiller.
songs, okay. I feel like that would. I
Hmm.
feel like your heart wants to say Jay Holiday, but you know people that know people that know people that know Bryson Tiller, so you want to say Bryson.
No, because when I look at it, like comparison to both of them, Bryson Tiller did have like he got more hits. He's like out here, he was out here doing stuff. He's probably still out here doing stuff. I really don't listen to him like that for real, for real. Um, and Jay Holiday, I mean, he had his moment. I feel like he had his moment, but Bryson Tiller is still going on.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to. That's why I specifically said like the beginning because extending. It's not fair to compare Jay Holiday and Elle Bonner to Bryson Tiller. Bryson Tiller is what, like
Yeah.
10, 15 years in at this. I think it's 10 years. 18 years in at this point. Like,
Yeah.
brother dropped multiple albums. I think he won a Grammy because of that song with Rihanna, if I remember correctly. I think Wild Thoughts won a Grammy. So, yeah, I don't want to compare their careers. I was just really talking about because Suffocate and Bed are two very for Jay Holiday not to have like this outstanding long term career that many that you would think but you only think that because of those two records when they came out they were so big.
Right.
And then I think he had another song that followed up with Rick Ross that was pretty decent. But you would think that Jay Holiday would have had this long career because of those two records, but because those two records were so big. Now,
but for that, like, I don't know. It wasn't like, you know how people are pushing and promoting and all of that now. I don't think they were actually pushing and promoting for real, for real. Back
no,
then.
I think those two songs were organic. Jay Holiday got over organically.
Yeah, those, but like, what was his next album? What was his next big song?
He did have a second album. It didn't do well. It kind of flopped. My sister talks about it. She talks about how good it was. I ain't really.
Did they push it? Did they promote it? Like,
No, because I don't think
yeah.
they didn't think Suffocating Bed was going to go the way it did. And when it did, they kind of was like, oh, all right, well, see if you could do it again. Now, but that's the same thing with Bryson Tiller. I don't think don't wasn't Exchange was pushed a little bit, but don't kind of just got a life of his own.
But he had more songs in there though
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what
that
we're,
were hidden.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about only the beginning because he started with don't get me wrong, like he had songs before, but I'm talking about like their first commercial success. His first
Oh,
commercial success
okay.
was his first commercial success was Don't. And I don't and Don't wasn't he Bryson Tiller will tell you in a heartbeat that uh Trap Soul that was a mixtape. It was never supposed to be an album, but it developed into an album. He kept saying that it was a mixtape, but it really the label deemed it as an album. So, like I said, Don't wasn't supposed to take off like it did, but it did. And then here comes Exchange, which Exchange took off too.
Don't was it was okay.
Nah, I think so. It's interesting. Like this is a little foreshadowing. I'm doing which the podcast is gonna come out soon. I'm doing a top 25 R&B artists that came out since that has developed not came out has released since 2000. So they first like singles project. So like Charlie Wilson technically counts because he was in the Gap band in the 70s and the 80s, but he didn't release his first solo album into the 2000s.
Right.
As a work of art. Usher's first solo project came out in the 90s, so Usher can't be on the list. Along with your Mary J's and your R. Kelly's. They can't they can't be on the list because they debuts came out in the 90s or 80s or whatnot.
So
Beyonce,
you're just counting him as an individual, the
yeah,
individual artist. Okay.
same thing as Beyonce. Beyonce, her first solo album came out in the 2000s. Everywhere Destiny Child came out in the late 90s.
Okay,
So,
okay. I understand.
it's kind of foreshadowing. What made me answer this question because Jay, it's Bryson Tiller. For me, a lot of people Bryson Tiller ain't gonna make their list, but to me, I think Bryson Tiller well ain't no thing. He made my top 25 because he created a whole genre.
He was never in my top 25.
See, to me, Bryson Tiller created a whole lane of music that where dudes do R&B music now. So to me, he's in the top 25. If you create a genre, you deserve to be in the top 25 of R&B. It's of course it's a subgenre of R&B, but it's a genre nonetheless. And then
But did he though?
yeah, the sound that Bryson, you hear Bryson sound in a lot of people now, in a lot of R&B artists now. Hell, Tory Lanez is one of them.
I don't know about that.
Shit. That's why everybody wants Tory and Bryson to do a songs together.
Like I said, I don't really listen to him.
Okay, so you picking Bryson or you because I feel like you be
No, I'm picking Bryson, but still don't listen to him.
okay. Well, yeah, I respect it. I respect it nonetheless. But man, let's get it cracking. So the thing I told you I was going to talk about is not necessarily so Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift announced their engagement. True. To Travis Kelce put it on his Instagram, and it was it came out. It came out a couple
I don't
days
even
after that.
know.
It came out a couple days after it happened. What'd you say?
I didn't even know.
Yeah, I know. But I don't want not necessarily talk about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce because I'm sure you do. You listen to Taylor Swift?
When she first came out, like, I knew some of like her top songs,
Okay, but that has
but
faded.
other than that, no.
So you're not a Swiftie.
No.
Okay, cool. Do you know who Travis Kelce is?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's been very interesting online because I think one of his exes did she did a modeling like a runway session and everybody was like, man, he dropped the ball. And I'm like, how do you drop the ball if he got who he wanted?
We're gonna bypass that.
Looks ain't everything.
It's not you, and you really don't know what went on in the relationship. So
Yeah, so
that is what it is.
exactly. But I want to talk about proposals and engagements. So, have you ever been engaged?
No.
Okay. Really? I thought you had been engaged. Huh.
When?
I don't know. I thought you had been engaged. My bad. Uh, so is marriage something that you would want?
Yes.
Why?
Who doesn't want to be married? Who doesn't want that commitment?
I actually know a lot of people who don't want to get married.
Well, for me, I want that. I want the whole white picket fence with the kids. Um, I want to come home to my husband and not my boyfriend. Uh, I mean, there's a lot that comes with it.
So the people that don't want to get married, like I said, I know a couple. Their biggest argument is the government don't gotta be in my business because now we basically signing a wet, you signing a contract, and
They
is
said what? They don't want who in their business?
they don't want the government in your business because basically you signing a contract, and
Um,
the saying is you need a lawyer to get a divorce, but you don't need a lawyer to get married.
you really, I
Mm,
beg to differ.
I beg,
You
depending,
don't actually need a lawyer to get. I mean, if you have like, if y'all
depending
can come to an understanding of what y'all want, or
two people that's either one or two people that's upset with the other one and heartbroken or whatever the case is gonna be, there's no coming to an understanding. You gonna need a lawyer.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you might need a lawyer then, but if it's a mutual thing, like, I don't want to see you, you don't want to see me. Let's just go ahead and get this over with. Sign these papers. You done. It is what it is. Or if you're not going to sign these papers, then there's procedures, that goes along with that also.
Okay. But yeah, so that's what I said. It in a perfect world, yes, a divorce could be simple, but it's what world do we live in? We just talked about earlier how it's always something.
Then why get married? I don't
Exactly.
understand.
That's why they said they don't want to get married. They don't want to mess
If
nothing up.
you,
I know people. Hear me out. I know I used to work with a lady. Her and her man had been together for 30 years. They never wanted to get married, neither one of them, because of those reasons.
because of what?
Because they feel like you putting the government in your business and
What
you
business?
sign because you signed the contract.
To be committed to each other.
Yeah, but you don't.
So
Do, do
what
you need?
business?
Their argument is, do you need a contract to say, "Hey, I'm faithful to you," or "I want to be with you"?
What is I want to know the reason. That ain't no reason.
That's their reasoning, and you might not
Because
agree
you need
with.
a contract. Because
You
you think
might.
it's just a contract to say,
You,
oh,
you also got to understand
there's
that.
commitment.
Yeah, but you also got to understand that you want to get married. You're not looking at it from their perspective of not wanting to get married. I learned something in my So I'm in school and I learned something in my humanities classes, social science or whatnot. And it talks about a lot of times as people, we we listen to people and we attempt to understand them, but we don't attempt to understand them from their perspective. We try to understand them from our perspective.
You trying to say that I'm not trying to understand them?
I'm just saying.
I am trying to understand them. You said they don't want to do that because it's just a piece of paper.
Yeah, to them, in their ass, it's just a piece of paper. It's
But
not.
then you just said that they didn't want it. They don't want to because of they don't want the government in their business. And I'm asking what business?
Okay, cool. As you know, once you sign a marriage license, you passing it to the government.
Yes.
So then that leads to the government in the business of your relationship because y'all turn in this marriage license. That's all that they're saying. Of course, then it goes to taxes and all that, but they're just speaking on the simple fact of there's no reason for us to sign our names on a piece of paper, give it to the government, and say, "Hey, we're one," when we already know that we're one.
That's no excuse. I know plenty of you can file taxes separate.
I just said Texas.
File together.
I just said
The
Texas.
only thing, I mean, it ain't no excuse. If you just don't want to do it, you just don't want to do it. If you out here doing whatever, you out here doing whatever.
Yeah, I was just listening to some of the reason people just decide they don't want to get hurt, and
You don't get me too.
those are some of the. You think I remember all these people's reasons? I don't remember all these people's reasons. There was a bunch of them. Hell, I have a homeboy. He got a bunch of them. I can call him right now. And be like, all right, bro. What's all the reasons you don't want to get married?
I feel like it's just an excuse of them not just want to marry one person, to be committed to one person,
but
to be able to just, if they want to go, they can just go.
it's crazy. We going down rabbit hole. What if? But that doesn't necessarily mean that they not happy in a relationship or they're looking outside their relationship just because they don't want to get married. Even if you, even if you're boyfriend and girlfriend, hell, you relationship. Don't you expect your boyfriend to be faithful whether y'all married or not?
Yes, but
There ain't no but. If you in a
but
relationship, if we're in a relationship and I look at that lady and I tell her, hey, I want to be with you, the expectation is for me to be faithful. Just like my expectation for her is to be faithful. Now, do people do that? No, but people don't do that whether they married. Because I know plenty of married people that cheat.
true.
So that you know what I'm saying? Like you saying that they just want to live their life. No, that's the case because married people live their life. I know plenty of married people. I know, matter of fact, I know more married people that cheat than I do people that's in relationships that cheat.
I do too. I mean, I know people that cheat in relationships. I mean, their marriages also, but that's ain't got nothing to do with that.
True. No, I feel like. I mean, like I said, people and then people have that reason.
I mean, people grow apart.
True. And that's another thing. You can grow, and that's why they talk about having a lawyer. You got to have a lawyer to end a marriage, as where you don't have to have a lawyer to begin the marriage because at the end of the marriage, you can grow apart. It could be no cheating. It could be none of the above. But once we grow apart, we still need a lawyer to end this. As where if we just stayed in a relationship, yeah, you probably still need a lawyer.
People still do that when you in a relationship. They want to stay together because of the kids, or they just want to stay because they just want to stay because they're comfortable.
True. A lot of people stay in relationships now, like you said, because they're comfortable. It don't even people been unhappy for a while, but it's because partly because they're comfortable, and then partly it's because they don't want to hurt the other person. Just
If you say so.
I'm just being truthful. A lot of people have different reasons of why they do stuff. Not not everything is black and white. What my reason is for jumping in the pool is different from your reason of jumping in the pool. And
Right.
that's why I go back to my humanities class. We do attempt to understand people, and we can, but we don't understand them from their perspective. We understand them from our perspective, which is hard to understand somebody from their perspective because they have different values, they have different upbringings, they have different cultures. If that's the case, so it's hard to do that, but it happens. All right, so we went down this rabbit hole. I want to ask you about what would be your dream proposal. Now I'm gonna cut some of my questions because this one went longer than I thought it would.
Dream proposal?
Yeah, what would your dream proposal be? How would it
What?
take? How would it take place? Okay, let me start it like this. All right, do you want an extravagant proposal or something simple?
Honestly, I don't know.
So for a woman who wants to be married, you never thought about how your proposal will go?
Yes, and I never knew. I mean, it's not up to me. It wouldn't be up to me. It would be up to him.
True, but you also know what you want, correct? You have ideas and theories of how you want your life to go. So of course you're right. It's not up to you per se. But let's be real. Women always hint at what they want.
Listen, I've never hinted at what I
You
want my proposal to be
okay?
because I
Not
never
proposal.
knew. It could be something simple. It can be something extravagant. It's whatever is on his heart. Is I've never really thought about. I mean, I thought about it, but then I was like, I really don't care because it's not up to me. It's up to him. I mean,
Okay,
you
so
getting on your knee regardless is huge. So
when you thought about it, what was your thoughts?
of the ideas,
Yeah,
I don't know. It,
you don't
literally.
remember. All right, Phil, you killing me, G. Like,
No, it's literally I don't know because it like I just said, it can be something if you
no,
plan
no, no,
something
no. Okay,
extravagant.
hold on. You said you had thought about it before, and then you was like, well, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Just getting on your knee is a big deal. But clearly, it's like you said, you thought about it before.
Yeah, because who doesn't who well the people that would want to be married wouldn't think about that. Like, oh, I wonder how he would have proposed to me if it would be like a bunch of people or, your family, friends, or whatever at a place or something, or just me and him, just intimate, like those kind of thoughts. Never really, oh, I would want him to do this and this, like this, or
Okay,
be here and there. Like, it's never that.
so would you want it to be intimate, or would you want people around?
You keep asking me this question, and I just told you I don't care. It's whatever is on his heart. If he was to get down and propose to me as of right now with just me and him, that would be perfectly fine. If he wanted to go and get everybody we know and just, be wherever. If he wants to go on an island and get on with me, it would be fine.
I heard you. Okay, I got you. That's why many.
I'm not one of those women that
I
like
would say
pinpoints whatever.
you making it simple as a where most women, even like the nicest of women and the most pleasant of women, they still have a I want to. This is how I would want it. Like they they have a image of what their wedding even looks like. Do you have an image of what
Yeah,
your
wedding, that's totally different.
so you got an image? Okay, what's your image of your wedding?
Okay, so I'm torn between a few different things. Either a big church
Mm-hmm.
or a destination wedding. And like if I do a destination wedding, I would uh do the hotel rooms, like all the accommodations for my guests that I want to be there. I would do that for them. They would only have to pay for their ticket. If they need help paying for their flights to get to where we're going, I would I would help. But yeah, just torn between those two.
Okay. Uh, so as a man, I've never thought about my wedding. but I had thought about my proposal, and I think my proposal has always depended on like it. My proposal always when I'm dating, I look at her as if to say, "Hey, like if I don't feel like I can marry you, then what are we doing here?" All right, especially at this point in my life. So
Right.
I think about like how I would propose to the women I'm dating, and it always based off the proposal based always based off the woman and what I perceived her to be. So if she's like very family oriented, I perceived that I was like, all right, we're gonna have the family and the friends around, right? If she's very more of a private person, then obviously would be some more one on one. Because some females, I ain't gonna say a lot. Some females are very they like they just want the moment to be flashy. They
You
want
want the attention. You can say that.
yeah, they want the attention. They want everybody. They want to be. They want to look
All
at me
eyes on
now.
them.
Yeah, to look at me now to see what see what I got, see what he did. They want to be able. It's like is it an? I was about to call it an ego thing, but I don't know if it's necessarily an ego
thing. You can say that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the right.
But I mean,
yeah, I don't know if that's the right thing to call it. I don't know if it's necessarily an ego thing, but yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, it's based off the woman. And then the flashiness. It again based off if this woman is very into materialistic things, which typically I don't date. I have one or two, but typically I don't date females that's very into materialistic things. But if I have, it break. Of course, that changes the value of the ring as well. But so
but
yeah,
wait. Okay, go ahead and finish your thought because I'm gonna
no,
get
go ahead. What you about to say?
the whole ring situation.
I mean, the ring. You gotta. I ain't saying you gotta go broke, but you gotta go broke.
If she's materialistic.
Just in general.
Okay, so do you pick your? Okay, so the women that you dated, do you like? Are you like, oh, she was like this kind of ring, like I gotta go all out for her, or not? She's just a little minimalist, I guess. She's
So
simple. She's a simple girl. She wouldn't do all that uh gaudy looking stuff.
so a lot of the females I have dated, I actually we end up, you end up in a mall somewhere, and then you walk by the jewelry store, and they pointed out the type of rings that they want. I've also dated females who, not even I ain't gonna say date, we was getting to know each other, and they had sent me the type of engagement rings they want and wedding bands. I don't know.
Was this months into dating or years into dating?
You said what?
Was this months or years into dating? Like, have y'all talked about that? Like, how did you get on this?
Some of them we had talked about it. A few of them it was just months into dating.
Oh,
and not even date. Like I said, just talking, getting to know each other, and they was telling me about their engagement rings. Which I mean, it didn't scare me away, but it also was like, okay, cool. I'm glad I see that you feel that way about me, and that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool, and I ain't rocking. I'm not mad at it. I ain't necessarily saying that's what I want, but yeah, I ain't mad at it. So yeah, but we went into a whole nother conversation that I hadn't planned on, but it turned out to be a good conversation. So thank you, Candace.
I mean, rings are an important thing.
They are. Well, I was talking about the whole wedding thing, but yes, rings are. No, I mean weddings and getting married in general.
Well, I think uh like the whole wedding part is more of the women anyway because they're gonna be doing all that planning. I mean, men are gonna have their input. Of course, you want their input, but majority of the things that go into getting the wedding together is gonna be the women's part. So I can see why you would be a man would be more about the engagement part than the actual wedding.
Yeah, you get a solid point because I actually have to plan the engagement as a word of wedding. I mean, I would be there to participate and help plan, but I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, well,
I think
thank you.
that's typical.
Well, thank you, Candice, for doing another episode with me.
No problem. I'm always here. Y'all go check me out. Go check us out. on Distant Combos with Kay and Ness. New episodes coming every Saturday.
Okay, every Saturday. I see y'all. I see y'all. But yeah, thank y'all for listening to another episode of Hold Up in Another Thing, presented by Mixed Vibes Media. Y'all already know the vibes. It's your boy, Mr. Bell, aka Can't Say Your Name Up on This Pod. And I'll catch y'all later.